First off, I want to say congratulations to all of you for your momentous achievement. The last 4 years have been a testament to your perseverance and strength of character in the face of many challenges. You know, almost 18 years ago to this day, I was writing a graduation speech to deliver to my fellow classmates as the president of the class of 2005. And although I want that speech to be memorable and meaningful to them, the only line that even I can remember from it is some cheesy one-liner joke that got a little bit of laughter from the audience at that moment. And so I continue to wonder and think about this moment and what I would write about. I knew what I wanted to say should be memorable, yet concise, meaningful but not boring. I hope the topic that I've come up with is something that will stick with you and not fade from your memories. I hope it sticks with you as much as it did with me when I took my first steps into my adult life. I certainly feel honored to say that I'm the last teacher to teach a lesson to the class of 2023. So here goes. One of the first things that professors teach you in teacher school is how to determine your own educational philosophy. And I spent a long time researching different philosophies and methodologies surrounding teaching, and then finally I stumbled on one that I felt described me the best. And so I went ahead and declared myself an existentialist teacher. Existentialism is the philosophical belief that we are each responsible for creating purpose and meaning in our own lives. So when you apply this to education, an existentialist teacher is the one who strives to enable students to develop their own unique qualities, to harness their potentialities, and cultivate their individuality. Education from an existentialist perspective places the primary emphasis on students directing their own learning. Students search for their own meaning and direction in life, as well as define what is true and what is false, what is pleasant and satisfying, what is unpleasant and dissatisfying, and what is right or wrong. The goal for an educator who follows this philosophy is to train students to develop their own unique understanding of life. And if you've taken any of my classes, English or journalism, this may sound very familiar to you, because oftentimes I will lay out what is important in the lesson, and then I will let you decide what path to take in order to master that lesson. Okay, so you may be sitting there thinking, I cannot believe Bashaw's talking philosophy right now, and in the gym at my graduation of all places. What is the point? Here's the point. Not only has existentialism influenced my teaching, but it continues to influence my life today. And it may influence yours as you move forward. An existentialist moment is a term that's used to describe a time or experience in one's life where one realizes that the world is not what they thought it was, where the rules of life that they have followed for so many years have been completely rewritten. And this can have a profound and meaningful experience that can lead to self-reflection and personal growth. It may also, however, be a difficult or unsettling experience, as it can challenge one's personal beliefs or values. So here was mine. My first existential moment occurred shortly after my own graduation in 2005. I started my first semester at Pittsburgh State College, undeclared major, and I took 4 classes. I mostly went to class. I skipped a few days. Most days. Sometimes I slept there. I mostly completed my work. Some of it I didn't get to. At the time, I figured, geez, this isn't rocket surgery. I got this college thing down pat. Unfortunately, what ended up happening was that I failed 3 out of 4 of those classes. I had failed out of college after my very first semester. And I felt the entire spectrum of emotions all at the same time as I attempted to figure out how could this have happened. And in the end, through a series of many personal reflections and discussions with my family, I appealed the decision, and I was allowed to return that following semester under academic probation. But the rest, as they say, is history. But the point was that was a truly defining moment in my life, where I learned that life was not going to be as easy as I thought it would be. And in order to succeed, I would have to change my mindset entirely. Some of you know this story, because I absolutely love to tell it to my freshman classes. Much earlier in my career, I thought, oh, this is a great mini lesson about life, and I can share it with freshmen, and they can learn from my mistake, and blah, 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 blah. Ironically enough, though, the existential moment isn't something that can be taught. Sure, I can stand here, and I can explain to you what it is, and what it's supposed to mean, but that's it. I can't teach you or get you ready for this moment in your life. In fact, you won't know that this moment has occurred until after the event has passed. I can't teach you the correct choices to make. But what I can do, however, is encourage you to be willing to evaluate the situation and how it compares to your current mindset and make any necessary adjustments. So for some of you, an existential moment may already have happened. A eureka moment sparked by a personal experience, an interesting conversation with a friend or teacher, or maybe a random thought while playing video games till 2 o'clock in the morning on a school night. For others, this moment may be yet to come, eagerly awaiting you in the uncharted territories of your future endeavors. It should be noted that a single moment in your life is not the means to an end, but rather part of the ebbs and flows that your endeavor will be comfortable with. You're the author of your own life story. And it's with these existential moments that I hope you will make that story a good one, filled with humility, hope, happiness, some other words that begin with H. As I draw to a close, many of my colleagues know that I went through another existential moment of my own shortly after the pandemic, where I was reconsidering my career in teaching. And it was then you in this class that got me through that very uncertain time in my life and really reignited my passion for this profession. So if you're sitting there wondering what changes you're going to make to this world, know that you've already changed my life.